My best friend introduced his younger brother to me. He's handsome and well-behaved, hurry up and lock him down, he'll be my sister-in-law in the future. I scrolled through my brother's WeChat, tall and long legs, 8-pack abs and a dog waist. So I tried my best to flirt. Finally, my brother agreed to meet. But when he fell in love online, he was like this. Honey, I've never loved anyone before, don't look down on me. When we met in real life, he transformed into a cold CEO. I immediately texted my best friend to complain. Why is your brother so two-faced? My best friend called me on video, preparing to scold my brother not to pretend. We connected. He was stunned. Uncle, why are you here? Lu Fu's younger brother agreed to add me as WeChat friends. I casually clicked on his profile picture, scrolled through his profile, and saw that it was full of pictures of his 8-pack abs, back shots, and even his hound waist. I couldn't help but laugh. I texted him. Little brother, send me a frontal photo, let me see if he's handsome. He replied immediately. I texted him again. Don't be shy. Then I sent a photo of myself in my daily life. A second later, he also sent me a photo of himself and I was stunned. Lu Fu's younger brother not only had perfect body proportions, model-like, but even his face carried an abstinent aura. Gold-rimmed glasses, a vest, a face with clear, angular features and a slightly raised corner of his mouth. This wasn't a docile puppy but clearly a wolf cub. Me so handsome. My name is Yu Mian. What's your brother's name? He, Lu Jin. Me, then can I call you brother from now on? It took him 10 minutes to reply. Okay. At first, Lu Jin was very cold. I sent him a whole cheesy love text. He only replied, that's quite special. Then I sent him a few bland jokes. He also only replied, ha ha ha. I couldn't help but sigh to my best friend. Isn't your brother a good puppy? Why is he so cold like a CEO? Lu Fu frowned, scheming for me. He's like that when we haven't met yet, he's very clingy. Sure enough, Lu Fu was right. I pursued him for 3 months, posting status updates every day and even asking Lu Jin to share his daily life. Finally, Lu Jin turned from a cold CEO into a clingy puppy. Lu Jin, wife, when can we meet? Lu Jin, I miss you so much, can we video call tonight? I'll show you my abs. Lu Jin, the new outfit my wife bought for me arrived, I really want to try it on for you to see. He has 8-pack abs, a dog waist and a perfect figure. I even bought a few sets of clothes for him just for him to wear and film for me to see. I have to admit that Lu Jin is truly the perfect clothes hanger, just looking at the screen makes my mouth water. But I'm an expert in online love, I absolutely don't dare to video call. He asked me to meet him but I didn't dare because the lines I flirted with him were all the type that I wouldn't dare read twice. So I asked Lu Fu for help. Lu Fu frowned again. Yeah, don't worry, my brother is very talkative, he dares to say anything, he definitely isn't shy. Besides, meeting him in person is even more surprising, he's even more handsome in real life. Because of the so-called surprise. I agreed with Lu Jin. Let's meet next Wednesday, I still have to go to an interview. Lu Jin. Okay wife, what time, where to meet? Me, Van Quang Building, I received the notice to go to work. Wait for me to finish the procedure, let's meet at the Western restaurant downstairs, I'll treat you. But I didn't expect it. I met Luke Kin first in the office. After completing the company entry procedures, Lu Jin appeared, went straight to the secretary's office, and threw the stack of documents onto the desk of the head secretary, Lin Rui. This is the first copy, I want the last copy. He frowned slightly, wearing a suit, his aura was overflowing, his sharp features were extremely prominent, but the words he spoke were not at all warm. Completely different from the Lu Jin when he fell in love online. Change the plane ticket, you handle it here, change her to follow me on a business trip. Lu Jin looked at his watch then glanced at me, you get ready. Lu Jin. It's only my first day at work, you don't need to be so careless about work and personal matters. I quickly packed up the documents, ran home to get some clothes to change into, and hurriedly texted my best friend. Lu Fu, why is your younger brother the CEO? Why didn't you tell me in advance? Lu Fu replied immediately. Oh, he just entered the company as an intern as the CEO. My family has too many companies and they don't have a CEO, so I gave him a trial period. I forgot to tell you. No wonder he dared to be careless about work and personal life. Turns out he's just an intern. Me. If he's like this, the company will collapse. Lu Fu, have you met him? What do you think? Is he cute? Me. I don't think he's cute at all. I just started work and I'm so busy. We'll talk later. We're about to board the plane. On the plane, I turned off my phone and secretly glanced at Lu Jin sitting next to me. He's really handsome to the point that everyone gets angry. Especially when I looked closely, my heart felt like it was about to jump out. His eyelashes were long and thick, his lips were thin but pink and moist. I just wanted to kiss him. And his angular jawline, tsk. And that Adam's apple, tsk. A little further down is the collarbone, clearly sexy. I dare not imagine how happy I would be if I could see the muscles under this shirt with my own eyes. Have you seen enough? Suddenly, Luke turned his face expressionless, his eyes as black as quartz, completely unable to see his emotions. Who would understand when in love online he is obedient and flattering, but in real life he is the standard cold suit? This contrast scared me. Ah, beautiful, very beautiful. I was as flustered as a quail, stuttering in response. Yes. Lu Jin turned away and closed his eyes to rest. Only then did I breathe a sigh of relief. After getting off the plane and entering the hotel, Lu Jin and I did not say a word. It was not until I finished packing and turned on my phone that I discovered that he had sent me a bunch of messages. Lu Jin. Wife, I was a bit sleepy just now so I fell asleep. If you think I am handsome then keep looking at me. Lu Jin. Can you treat me to a Western restaurant tonight? There's a really good restaurant here. Lu Jin. Wife, kiss kiss, why aren't you replying to me? Lu Jin. I'm a bit quiet in real life, don't be mad at me, okay? Abs photo.jpg collarbone photo.jpg v-line belly photo.jpg. It's amazing. It's really amazing. Lu Jin chose a Western restaurant. He was indeed not good at talking but he was a little nervous. After ordering a bunch of dishes, his sharp lips trembled slightly. Then he sat cross-legged right in front of me. I really couldn't help it and immediately texted my best friend. Why is my brother in front of me and behind my back two different people? Didn't you say he's very smooth talking? Not only did he not say a word, he was also a little nervous. Has he really never been in love before? Lu Fu still replied immediately. Is he still acting like this? He doesn't normally act like this. Let me teach him a lesson. Lu Fu called a video call. I was startled and hurriedly threw the phone in front of Lu Jin. President Lu, your sister is looking for you. Lu Jin wasn't the only one who was two-faced. I was also just as scared to death. I dared to tease him all kinds of people online, but when we met in person I turned into a quail. The call was connected. As soon as Luke Fu entered he immediately fired off a barrage. Hey, what are you up to? Show off your flattery skills. You made your sister so angry she wanted to beat you up, you little uncle? Little uncle? Little uncle, why are you there? Sorry, I thought it was Luke Dew. Luke Fu's attitude took a 360-degree turn, almost rushing out of the screen to bow and apologize to Luke Can. Sorry little uncle, I didn't mean to. She shouted my name. Nak mean I still have work, I'll continue. Clack, she hung up. Then she sent a series of messages. I'm dead for sure, I sent it to the wrong person. My sister's and my uncle's avatars are the same, I read wrong. I just found out. Mean, that's my uncle, not my younger sister. My uncle is not suitable for you. Don't think he's young, he's actually very old-minded. He's extremely controlling. I'm really scared of him, break up with him quickly. He's very fierce. He'll torture you from A to Z. Why did you join the Luke T Corporation? Run away. The screen kept flashing. I was stunned and before I could put my phone away, Lu Jin had already seen everything. He frowned. Does he normally go out and talk about me like this? Lu Fu had told me about her uncle more than once. According to her, her uncle was not an ordinary person. He was born abroad, grew up there, and at 16 he registered his first patent, earned a lot of money. Then he used that money to open a technology company, then changed direction and revived the Lu Group, which was on the verge of collapse. At that time he was only 18 years old. Lu Fu said, but no one in my family understands my uncle. He has a strange personality, an old-fashioned mind, and I am scared when I see him. She also said, my uncle is the type of person who avoids the world. Many daughters of directors wanted to introduce him to but were rejected. He doesn't like girls and he doesn't like boys either. In general, he doesn't like people. When she introduced me, I felt a chill down my spine. You're not that kind of person. Lu Jin's voice pulled me back to reality. He clenched his hands and placed them on the table, knocking. Lu Fu is making things up. President Lu, don't be angry, he was just joking. I smiled at him, but Lu Jin lowered his voice. In private you call me Little Jin. When we meet you call me President Lu? No, Lu Fu introduced Lu Yao to you? Lu Jin frowned and asked. Yeah, that's right. Such a beautiful misunderstanding. Lu Yao is not good. Lu Jin frowned even deeper. He has 6 packs, I have 8 packs. Hearing a cold-faced say this so seriously, sweat started to form on my forehead. Besides, his physical strength is poor, he can only work out for 2 hours and then complains of being tired. I can do 4 hours. Huh. The workout I was thinking of. Right? Running a marathon is fine, my endurance is a bit lacking. Lu Jin's words made all the rosy thoughts in my head disappear. I tried to keep a smile on my face. Moreover, he is 1m87 tall, I am 1m89, I am 2 centimeters taller than him. Lu Jin's face became redder and redder all the way to his ears, but his voice was still frighteningly calm. But to be honest, he is 5 years younger than me. So he is not suitable for you, he is still childish. I had never met Lu Yao, but I was starting to feel sorry for him. Being competed with by his own uncle for his manliness. Mr. Lu, I am hungry, can we eat first? I tried to change the subject. Okay. While eating, I texted Lu Fu. Your uncle saw all of your words just now. Lu Fu, aw, I'm dead for sure. You're really good, you even managed to flirt with my uncle. I always thought my uncle would be single for life. Lu Fu, I'm not talking anymore, I'm preparing to escape abroad for 3 months. Remember to say good things about me in front of my uncle. I want to live. After eating, Lu Jin took me back to the hotel. Before leaving, he told me, I have to meet a client tomorrow at noon. Prepare the documents that Lam Nuok sent you. Yes. That night, Lam Nuok sent the last copy of the documents to my email. He conveniently called me and said, Nak Min, you probably weren't used to the rules at the company just now, so I have to remind you in advance. Mr. Luke doesn't drink alcohol, remember to check it for him tomorrow. I've prepared all the documents, just sign them. I saw you secretly looking at Mr. Luke all the time in the office, don't think too much. Lin Ruo took a deep breath and reminded, President Lu already has someone he likes, he's liked for 8 years. How do you know? My mouth moved faster than my brain. Lin Ruo was silent for a few seconds before replying, I followed President Lu back from a company overseas, I know everything about him. I had heard the secretaries in the tea room gossiping. That the chief secretary of the Lu Corporation, Lin Ruo, had followed Lu Jin for more than 10 years. She was the one who understood his needs and personality the best. Now that I heard this, it was true that she understood him even better than Lu Fu. Before hanging up, Lin Ruo warned, in the company I've met many people with impure thoughts, you're not the first. If you want to keep your job, don't daydream about anything. Not long after, Lu Jin's message arrived. Wife, let's kiss before going to sleep. Out of habit, we used to kiss each other goodnight every night. But now looking at Lu Jin's face and then looking at these lines, I felt a strong sense of separation. Advertisement, it was like I was in love with 2 different men. To be honest, it was quite nice. But remembering that Lin Ruo said he had someone he loved for 8 years, I still decided to text Lu Fu to probe. You've had someone you've liked for 8 years? Lu Fu? ? Me, you probably don't know either. Lin Ruo said so, do you know Lin Ruo? Lu Fu, I know, my uncle's personal secretary, very compatible with my uncle. The only person I don't think my uncle hates. He's been working for a long time. He often comes to my house to visit my grandparents. It seems that Lin Ruo's position is really not small. Lu Fu, but I don't know about liking someone for 8 years. Is it Lin Ruo? Me, I don't think so. 10 minutes later, Lu Fu texted back. Ah, I remember. My uncle used to love someone. But I heard, that person passed away. I looked at Lu Fu's message and couldn't sleep all night. I didn't reply to Lu Jin's message either. The next morning I faced a Lu Jin with dark circles under my eyes. Mr. Luke, you couldn't sleep last night either? I asked. His face was cold, his sharp jawline slightly raised. Yeah. I waited all night for a goodnight kiss, but I didn't get one. So I read a book and studied for a while. What did you study? I asked curiously. He said seriously, how to pursue a girlfriend. What book taught him to use his boss's voice at work to talk to his online girlfriend? I started to wonder what that book really was. But before I could ask, the customer arrived early. I had to say, Lu Jin's professional ability once again impressed me. He was professional, confident, and every time he introduced a product, his whole body seemed to glow. He stood out even more at the banquet table. The customer was very satisfied with the contract, and before Lu Jin could say a few words, he signed it. According to Mr. Lu, let's have a drink. Remembering what Lin Ruo had told me, I quickly grabbed the glass of wine. General Manager Gu let me drink. My alcohol tolerance was good. In college, I once drank a whole case of beer to rescue Lu Fu from being bullied by a group of thugs. And from then on she vowed to be my best friend for life. No need. Lu Jin frowned. As soon as he finished speaking, he downed a glass of red wine. The customer was shocked and clapped his hands. Mr. Luke, your secretary has a good alcohol tolerance. Then he poured me another glass. If you like to drink, drink more. I drank a little too much. My consciousness was still clear, but my stomach was too full and I had to run to the toilet constantly. In the end, I was carried back by Luke Can. He easily carried me on his shoulder like a bag of rice. I told you not to drink anymore. Even though we are customers, we are long-time customers, there is no need for you to risk your life. I am not drunk. I quickly explained, but while being carried, my stomach churned and I wanted to vomit. Don't try. He carried me into the room. I will take good care of you tonight. I was put down on the bed by him. He poured me some water and even reached out to unbutton my shirt. He turned his face away as if he had to muster up all his courage. I didn't look. The books say that when you are drunk you have to wipe your body. I am not drunk. But he had already unbuttoned it and I didn't object. Who drinks that much and doesn't get drunk? Tell me. I drank one glass and I passed out. He frowned, and in the quiet air I could still hear his breathing. His hands, with their obvious joints, kept fiddling with my collar. His hands were incredibly clumsy. He fumbled and fiddled with the buttons. Sorry, I'll buy you a new shirt tomorrow. He stood up, turned around. Let's not wipe anymore, you drink some water. But his ears were red and he didn't dare look at me. As a result, water poured from his hands straight onto the blanket. It was the first time I saw Luke Can panic like that. Sorry, I didn't mean to. The bed is wet. Why don't you come sleep in my room? But what the hell? I didn't mean that. What I meant was that you sleep in my room and I'll sit and watch. Huh. Don't worry, I'll keep my distance and not do anything. After speaking, there was silence. A domineering CEO like him seemed to not know how to talk. After a long while, he sighed as if deflating. The textbooks are really boring. They're all nonsense. Or let me teach you. I wasn't drunk, but I was a little tipsy. Especially when there was alcohol in my system. Before I could think, my hand was already on his abs. Damn it. It felt 100 times better than in the video. I conveniently opened his shirt buttons. Open it like this, no need to pull hard. Understand? I was still so sober that I had to find an excuse. Understood. Luke Can was as obedient as a student. Yes, very obedient. I pulled on his tie, his face enlarged before my eyes. His breath blew on my face, I could even see each strand of his eyelashes. So handsome. 100 times more handsome than in the video. Let's stop studying, I'm going to sleep. The ambiguous atmosphere increased, but I was shy. I admit I was really a quail. I let go of my hand and fell onto the bed. But the next second, Luke Can lowered his head and asked very obediently, "Can I have a good night kiss?" It would be a lie to say that I wasn't moved. But he was my boss, so even if I wanted to tease him, I had to restrain myself. Luckily, I had alcohol to back me up, so a kiss would be fine, right? Luke Can was really too attractive. I raised my head and bit his lips. I clearly felt his body stiffen a little, but he quickly reacted, his big hand holding the back of my head. He deepened the kiss. I almost suffocated. In my daze, I heard him say in a resentful voice, "I told you were drunk, but you didn't believe me. But I'm sure you're not mad at me for taking advantage of you when you were drunk, right? After all, we were lovers." His voice sounded like he was encouraging himself. But I really didn't expect that. It was just a kiss. I wasn't drunk, but Luke Can was. His face started to get red and very quickly his lips turned pale, then he lost control and fell on me. He landed on me with a bang. I immediately woke up. General Manager Luke? I was a little panicked, the heat from his body spread through his shirt and soaked into me. I called an ambulance to take him to the hospital. His face became paler and paler, his breathing became difficult, but his hands still held mine tightly, refusing to let go. I couldn't contact Luke Fu, so I could only inform Lam Nuok. It was midnight. Lam Nuok rushed over, and as soon as he saw me, he started scolding me. "Is that how you take care of General Manager Luke?" She came so fast that her hair was still messy. "I told you that General Manager Luke can't drink alcohol. He has a serious alcohol allergy, it could be life-threatening. I told you to block the alcohol for him to help him, not to send him to the hospital. What are you going on a business trip with the boss for? To fucking kill him? Didn't you say in your CV that you have a good alcohol tolerance? And yet you let your boss block the alcohol for you? Tell me, how much does General Manager Luke drink?" "He doesn't drink." I was scolded and felt so guilty that I couldn't speak. If I had known that Luke Can's allergic reaction was this serious, that goodnight kiss shouldn't have been given. "Why didn't you answer?" "1 bottle. 2 bottles. No, just a little bit of alcohol." "How should I explain now?" "Not even a little bit. I've taken good care of him for the past 10 years, and I've never let him be hospitalized because of alcohol again." Lin Rua's eyes were red as she looked at me. "Let me take care of General Manager Lu tonight. I don't want to see you." I was chased out. But I didn't leave. I stood there watching Lin Rua busily taking care of Lu Jin, both worried and sorry for him. Even though he was in a coma, they were like a pair of extremely compatible colleagues. What about me? I was just an online girlfriend who was attracted to his appearance, but never really understood him. The next morning I returned to the company, handed in my resignation and left him a message. "General Manager Lu, I'm sorry. We really aren't compatible." Then I deleted him. After hearing the news, Lu Fu immediately flew back to the country. She spent a lot of money on a private plane and dragged me on a trip. As soon as she got on the plane, she turned off her phone and coaxed me. "I told you my uncle can't be trusted. He's not a normal person. Luckily you retreated in time. Let me guess what he did to you." "Did I hit you?" She checked my arms and legs, frowning. "Or did I scold you?" No, in his impression, was his uncle that kind of person? So he was threatening, or locking you up, or making strange demands, making you work like a horse or a buffalo. The more he spoke, the angrier he became. "Knack mean. If he dares to do that to you, I will call the police and arrest him immediately." That's not it. Could it be even more outrageous? She was so angry that she stood up. "Does he have some special preference when it comes to men and women?" Luke Fu suddenly noticed my red and swollen lips. This lip? Was it my uncle who did it? "What is this?" It sounded like I was bitten by a wild animal. No, I was so sad that I cried. I quickly changed the subject. "Then he's not a good person either. He has a weird personality. I have to call him and scold him." The plane hadn't even started yet. Luke Fu hesitated for a few seconds before calling. But the one who answered was Lam Nuok. "Who is it?" Lu Fu, a true quail, silently hung up the phone, then sat in contemplation for a few seconds and turned to ask me, "Why did Lin Ruo answer the phone?" "Don't say the reason for the breakup is because of Lin Ruo, okay?" "No, it's because I don't understand him. Actually, last night I searched for a lot of information about Lu Jin, and only then did I find out that before he could help the Lu Corporation stand firm, Lin Ruo had helped him a lot. The two of them looked more like a couple, in tune and natural. Things abroad only went smoothly with Lin Ruo. Every time Lu Jin won a big project, Lin Ruo stood by his side. I also read rumors between the two of them that involved Lin Ruo. One year Lin Ruo got drunk and threw up, and when Lu Jin heard the news, he ran to take her out of the hotel. They were photographed, and there were even fans who paired them up. Regarding all the major projects of the Luke Corporation, Lam Nuok participated and even held shares in the company. "Don't talk about you." Luke Fu looked at me seriously. "Even I, being his niece since birth, still don't understand him. But that day you told me that, I deliberately ran back to my grandparents' house to inquire about my uncle's situation. My uncle and Lam Nuok only had a normal business relationship, never crossed the line. She also knew her place. Because my uncle had a white moonlight that had passed away. My uncle even reserved a room to commemorate that person. Even my grandparents didn't dare go up to that attic. My uncle froze his heart a long time ago. I don't understand why when he saw you the iron tree bloomed." Lu Fu sighed. I sighed too. Talking to Lu Jin was really interesting. During that time of online dating, he was the perfect innocent god of love. He swiped my card, played games with me, and even stayed up all night talking to me. It was as if we had no end of stories to tell. Even after we met, he was constantly changing. Suddenly, I remembered something and turned to ask Lu Fu, "Hey, that blooming iron tree. Is it because I resemble your lost white moonlight?" Lu Fu was silent for a few seconds and then laughed. "You read too many novels." "That's right. How could it be such a coincidence? Stop thinking too much. Let me introduce you to a guy." Lu Fu made a phone call. A moment later, a tall man walked out of the cockpit wearing a captain's uniform and introduced himself. "I am the captain of this flight. It is my pleasure to serve you two ladies." This captain looked very bright and had dimples when he smiled. This captain is 1m87 tall, has six-pack abs, and won second place in a marathon. He even knows how to fly a plane. He's 1 year younger than us. Isn't he a good match for you?" Lu Fu stood up and patted the captain on the shoulder. I took in the information and slowly realized, this is Lu Yao? How did you know? The two sisters said in unison. "You two look alike." I tried to hold back my laughter. Could it be that Lu Jin was the one who told me all this information? How is my younger brother? Is he handsome? He's the obedient puppy type and he's single. I originally planned to have you as my sister-in-law. Lu Fu actively invited. I looked Lu Yao up and down. He's handsome too. But damn it. Why, after talking to Lu Jin before, did I suddenly lose interest in this type of puppy? That depends on whose younger brother I am. But Sister Yu Mian looks a bit haggard. It's okay, I'll take you two on this flight for fun. Lu Yao was truly the type of person who never got tired of talking. He started introducing the tour before we even took off. But looking at his face, why did images of Lu Jin appear in my head? "Sister, I'm done introducing, I'm going to the cockpit." As soon as he turned around and walked away, the captain ran out of the cockpit. He shouted loudly, "Oh no, oh no. Someone's blocking the plane." "Me. Lu Fu." Lu Yao burst out laughing. "Let's see who's brave enough." A Bentley blocked the private plane. Lu Yao opened the cabin door, preparing to go out and talk to the owner. But when he saw the Bentley driving straight into the cabin door with a ladder truck following behind, the next second Lu Yao quickly slammed the door shut. "What's wrong? Why aren't you cursing that guy?" Lu Fu was furious. "It's you. You even brought a ladder." Lu Yao panicked. "Didn't you find out that I stole your private plane?" "Me? Really? Is this private plane Lu Jin's?" "No way. He must have been discovered stealing your wife." Lu Fu turned to look at me expectantly. "You Mian, only you can save us." "Ah, you're my wife. Then you still want her with me? Are you crazy?" Lu Yao spoke louder and louder. As soon as he finished speaking, the cabin door opened. Lu Jin walked in with a cold face. He was wearing gold-rimmed glasses, his face was pale, and there were still a few allergic spots on his neck that hadn't completely healed, making him look even more haughty. Lu Fu and Lu Yao immediately hid behind me. The cabin was dead silent, no one dared to speak first. The atmosphere was as tense as a bowstring for nearly 3 minutes. I really couldn't hold it in anymore, so I spoke first. "General Manager Luke, what a coincidence. Are you also planning to take the plane?" "No." Luke stared at me, his eyes burning hot as if he wanted to burn me. "I came to find you." Luke Fu immediately pushed me forward. "Little aunt, you and uncle should talk, there's nothing you can't explain." "Me?" Luke Du also weakly echoed. "That's right, little aunt, if there's a misunderstanding, we have to explain it clearly, the Cold War won't work." Okay, the status upgrade was so fast, huh? Yeah. Luke seemed very satisfied with the way the other two addressed him. "Advertisement. You two are coming back with us. Grandpa and Grandma said they miss you guys." Okay, as long as little aunt comes back we'll go back." The two of them said in unison. Wait a minute. The main character like me hasn't even nodded yet, but why was I brought home to meet the parents? This was my first time meeting the parents. Luke Can's parents looked very intellectual. His mother was old but noble and gentle. His father was thin but smart, always smiling. Only Luke Can was different, cold as a rock. This is the first time Tucan brought a girlfriend home. Oh, she looks familiar. Luke Can's mother held my hand and smiled. I think we've met somewhere before? My heart skipped a beat. Did I guess correctly? I resembled Luke Can's Lost White Moonlight? What nonsense are you talking about? What if you scare her away? His father rolled his eyes and gestured. It's over. It seems like the "I resemble my ex" thing was no longer a fantasy. During dinner, Luke's parents enthusiastically picked up food for me. Luke Can sat next to me and was only busy picking up food and putting it in my bowl. In less than a minute, my small bowl had turned into a mountain of food. The atmosphere at the dining table was strangely quiet. Lu Fu and Lu Yao were as obedient as two white rabbits, only eating without saying a word. Lu Fu, your favorite is braised pork, right? You eat. I picked up a piece for her, but she panicked and waved her hands frantically. What's wrong? Are you on a diet? I continued to ask. Normally, when Lu Fu and I went out to eat, we would chat while eating. The atmosphere was like a market. Now this silence made me uncomfortable. Lu Fu coughed lightly and whispered, "You Mian, don't talk when you eat, don't chat when you sleep. This is the rule that Uncle set. It's very strict at the dining table here. Even Grandpa and Grandma have to follow it." Lu's parents looked at me and nodded in agreement. "Oh, sorry, sit still and eat now." I immediately put down the piece of meat and sat up straight again. "You Mian." Lu Jin turned to look at me. His face was cold and expressionless, but his voice was so gentle that it made others melt. "It's okay. Just be yourself." Lu Fu. Lu Yao. Lu's parents. After dinner, it was pouring rain outside. I was arranged to stay in the mansion. The housekeeper arranged for me a room next to Lu Jin's. Because I was afraid that being alone with him would be awkward, I ran to find Lu Fu. "I'll sleep with you tonight." Lu Fu looked at me with a meaningful gaze. "No, little aunt. If there's a misunderstanding, you have to explain it to your uncle clearly. Lovers don't get angry and spend the night together." Then she shouted loudly, "If you two break up because of Lin Ruo, my uncle will probably be so sad that he becomes autistic." As soon as she finished speaking, I followed her gaze to look out the door. Lu Jin was standing there. Luke Fu immediately pushed me straight out the door, smiling brightly. "You came at the right time. My aunt also said she wanted to talk to you all night long tonight." Then she leaned over and whispered in my ear, "Nak Min, my living expenses are in your hands. Please help coax Uncle and Luke Du." Bim, the door slammed shut. I was stopped right in front of the room by Luke Can. "Can you add me back to your friends list?" Lu Jin's tall body enveloped me, leaving me with no way to escape. "If it's because of Lin Ruo, I can explain my relationship with her." Seeing that I didn't say anything, he continued in a low voice. "Or if there's anything else you want to know, I can tell you everything. This has nothing to do with Lin Ruo, she's very responsible." I remembered that day when he was allergic to alcohol. It was Lin Ruo who took care of everything. She understood all of Lu Jin's needs. Not only was she responsible, but she also had feelings for him. A kind of suppressed, restrained, but completely genuine feeling. I raised my head to look at the red marks on his neck that had yet to fade and sighed softly. "Why are you discharged from the hospital before you're fully recovered?" He raised his eyebrows and laughed lowly. "Wait until you're fully recovered. Is there still time?" But between us, the concept of in time or not originally did not exist. I thought for a moment. It had come to this, so I might as well say it directly. "Lu Jin, we haven't been together for long and it's just an online relationship. Forget it. It has nothing to do with anyone else." At that moment, a strange emotion flashed across Lu Jin's face, then disappeared very quickly. I bit my lip, mustering up all my courage to break the frozen atmosphere. Then his phone rang. I saw the caller ID was Lin Ruo. "Hello." He picked up. In the quiet space, Lin Ruo's weak voice rang out clearly. "General Manager Lu, what's wrong?" "I have a fever. I can't catch a taxi. Could you take me to the hospital?" Her voice was choked and her breathing was rapid. "Hey, I'll be there soon." Lu Jin hung up the phone, immediately turning around and walking out the door. Lu Fu was right. Between him and Lin Ruo, there was a comradely bond that went through life and death. Even if he didn't love her, her position in his heart was still very special. I couldn't help but feel a sense of loss rising in my heart. I lowered my head and looked at my toes. Perhaps everything from beginning to end was just a beautiful but short-lived misunderstanding. But before I could react, a pair of feet appeared before my eyes again. I looked up. Lu Jin was standing in front of me again. "Lin Ruo has a fever. She wants me to take her to the hospital. Come with me." He grabbed my wrist and pulled me into the car. The car sped away like the wind. I sat in the passenger seat and received a text message from Lu Fu. I heard everything you two said just now outside the door. Mian, you and my uncle don't just have problems because of Lin Ruo, but also because of my uncle's lost white moonlight. According to my grandparents, you might be the reincarnation of that white moonlight. I decided to risk my life to raid the attic for you. Investigate the truth. Lu Yao and I are very suspicious. My uncle is definitely worshipping the white moonlight up there. I wanted to stop her immediately, but the phone was taken away by Lu Jin. He said, "Yu Mian, I have something to tell you." Lu Jin drove with one hand, his eyes looking straight ahead. He was usually a man of few words, but now it was as if he had an engine attached to him, talking non-stop. Lin Ruo and I were university friends. When I first started my business, she helped me a lot. I focused on patent research and she ran around taking care of investments. When my career went downhill, she was also by my side. She understands me very well. It's something that has been accumulated over the years. That's why, in addition to the Lu Corporation, I also gave her shares in many other companies related to her expertise. There's also a company 100% owned by her. She doesn't like going to the subsidiaries, so she stayed at the Lu Corporation to be my general secretary. It was pouring rain outside, each drop hitting the window with a thud. I pulled my seatbelt, momentarily not knowing how to respond. Just slowly said one sentence. "I know, you two are very compatible, very compatible." The employees in the company also said so. He smiled lightly. His side profile was very beautiful, especially when he smiled. It was a pity that he rarely smiled. The car stopped at the basement of Lam Nuok's villa. She had been waiting there, but the moment she saw me, the smile on her face immediately froze. "Why are you here?" She frowned, sat down in the back seat. From the rearview mirror, I saw her looking at me. "Didn't you quit your job?" "She quit and is no longer my employee. She is my girlfriend." Luke Kin smiled, leisurely introduced me, then started the car. Lak Min and I have known each other for a few months. Before she joined the company, we were together. The atmosphere in the car immediately froze. I didn't say anything. Luke Kim was also silent. After a long while, Lam Nuok said, "So it turns out you still like her." "Like?" He replied curtly. "Oh my god." Suddenly I felt like I was sitting here too much. Luke Kim took Lam Nuok to register for a medical examination. She was diagnosed with acute gastritis, which led to a fever and required N4. I turned on my phone and saw that Luke Fu had sent dozens of messages. "Are you two at the City People's Hospital? Lu Du and I will be there soon. Tell my uncle to wait." Luke Fu and I were afraid of each other being kidnapped, so we set up GPS. No matter where I was, she would know. So 3 minutes later, Luke Fu rushed straight into the hospital. She almost rushed in front of Luke Kin, pointing at him. She said, "Uncle, I have always respected you, but today I think you are really evil." "Luke Kin." Even Luke Du snorted coldly and sarcastically said, "Uncle, we men can stay single for the rest of our lives, but we cannot ruin the lives of other people's daughters." "What do you mean?" Lu Jin leaned against the wall with his arms crossed, glancing at the two of us. Lu Fu pulled me up. Mean, let's go. I don't need a man like my uncle." "What happened?" I had a feeling it had something to do with his lost white moonlight. "My uncle sees you as a substitute." Lu Fu's eyes were red. "It's all my fault. It's because I sent you the wrong WeChat account. That's why my uncle bullied you like this." "I guessed right. My uncle saw that you looked like the dead white moonlight, so he approached you," she said as she pulled out a photo. "The photo is in the attic. If you don't say they look exactly the same, they're from the same mold." She placed the photo in front of me. Lu Fu cried, "I'll introduce you to a boyfriend. My male models are better than my uncle." I looked at the photo carefully. Then I took a deep breath. "Hey, isn't that's me?" Lu Fu took out a total of more than 10 photos. I looked at each one and they were all of me. 8 years ago I was 18, just graduated from high school, taken at the school gate, the kind of photo that you get from a large automatic camera. There were a few photos when my parents took me to the beach. At that time I looked even more immature than now, my baby fat still hadn't gone away. There was another one. It was when I was 5 years old. It was taken on my 5th birthday. How did Lu Jin get it? "This is you. But this is also my uncle's lost white moonlight. Don't tell me it's you." Lu Fu was stunned, looking at Lu Jin in a daze. It's you. Lu Jin rubbed his temples, helplessly looking at me. I also thought you were gone. Until you added me on WeChat and sent me a photo. He immediately recognized me. It was the online girlfriend who dumped him 8 years ago. 8 years ago, when I first entered university. Because I missed home, I intended to call my dad, but I dialed the wrong number, calling Lu Jin, and then cried a lot with him. Only after I calmed down after crying did I realize I had called the wrong number. At that time, Lu Jin only texted back a few words. Don't cry anymore. At first it was just a wrong number, but later every time I missed home or when I got a scholarship I would intentionally dial the wrong number. It was just because his number and my dad's number were exactly one number different. Over time the frequency of our calls increased. After that we became friends on WeChat. At that time I discovered that Lu Jin on the phone and Lu Jin during this online love period were very different. He and I kept in touch like that for 2 years, and then we officially confirmed our relationship. He was very good. He never forgot my birthday. He transferred money to me, once transferring 30 or 40,000, but I didn't dare to accept it, so I sent it back. Then, on the day we were supposed to meet, he disappeared. He was missing for a month. A month later he contacted me again, saying that he had a traffic accident and was in a coma for 2 weeks before getting better. My roommate at the time burst out laughing when she heard this. Do you really believe it? These tricks are all tricks to fool people. A traffic accident on the day of the meeting? Right on the hour, right on the minute. Mean, don't be so dreamy. Otherwise, you'll be scammed out of all your money without even realizing it. My friend's words were like a wake-up call. Coupled with the fact that my parents told me about the neighbor's family being scammed out of all their money by an online guy, I immediately broke up with Luke Can. I texted, "Don't ask why we broke up. We're not compatible. He had an accident, I'm in poor health, just pretend I'm dead, I never existed." I blocked him, changed my number, changed WeChat, and then returned to my normal life. After finishing my master's exam I almost forgot everything. Turns out he really thought I was dead. Turns out this Luke Ken is the same Luke Ken from back then. But wonder, found the name familiar. Nakmin, you're really lucky. Lam Nuok's voice pulled me back to reality. She curled her lips and smiled. He looked for you for a long time, running all over the hospital. He also thought you were really dead. Because other than the possibility of you being gone, I can't think of any reason why you would suddenly break up like that. I looked at Luke Ken, who was standing next to me, silently bowing his head, just like an abandoned puppy. The first time you came to the company I recognized you right away. Lam Nuok held her stomach, her face pale as she looked at Luke Ken. Mr. Luke, the time, place, and people are all right. You still haven't confessed. I felt a little sorry for her. She had been with Luke Ken through so many storms, understanding him bit by bit. Perhaps she really wanted to be with him. This is too cruel. Even Luke Fu couldn't bear it. Little uncle, why don't you go outside and confess? No. Lin Ruo quickly waved her hand. He must confess right in front of me. I also have to record a video and send it to my girlfriend. Me? ? Lu Fu. Girlfriend? Friend? Lin Ruo angrily said. You Mion, actually I don't like you. If you don't want to be with him then don't tease him. He was brought back to life after that near-death accident, and I had to comfort him every day, making my girlfriend think I liked men. She endured the pain and took out her phone. I'll record it for you to see. Lu Jin really likes women. That cyber girlfriend really exists. That's why I did it on purpose that time at the hospital. I intentionally let Lu Jin taste the feeling of being misunderstood. It's just that this time it wasn't a misunderstanding. My girlfriend went on a business trip. I couldn't find someone else to drive, so I called him. Me, well, it makes sense. Lu Jin was about to open his mouth to explain. Lin Ruo had already thrust the phone in front of me. Here I have a video of him breaking up with me after the accident and crying like the sky was falling. Watch it, Lin Ruo. Lu Jin gritted his teeth and reached out to grab the phone, but Lu Fu was quicker and shoved it right in front of me. Little aunt, watch this too. In the video Lu Jin was lying face down on the bed, sobbing. He was very thin, his face was full of pain, and his leg was still in a cast. She thought I was a liar? Why did she leave me? She didn't even want to see me. She must have died. Otherwise there would be no reason to leave me. This is the first time she's loved someone like that. How could she just leave me? Lu Jin raised his eyebrows, grabbed my hand and pulled me away. Go, don't mind them. Behind me, Luke Fu's laughter rang out. I didn't expect my little uncle to be such a person. At the old house, Luke Kin led me to the small attic. Inside were filled with photos of me of all sizes, all printed by him. There were also many diaries. Every page was filled with his longing for me. August 16, sunny weather. Nakmin liked sunny weather the most. August 17, heavy rain, thunder and lightning. I wonder if Nakmin was scared. His longing was as clumsy as a child. His words were strangely naive, not at all like his current cold and mature style. No wonder when he added me again, just by looking at the photos I recognized him immediately. As for me, it seemed like I had forgotten him a long time ago. Nakmin, can add me back? It was really hard for me to find you. He blushed, hesitantly walking towards me. I'm still the same as before. From now on I will be here, forever. This was the second time I deleted him. I texted, little brother, send me a front photo so I can see if he's handsome. Here. I added him back, then hugged him. My man, Luke Kin had waited for me for a full 8 years. Not bad. The books are effective. He awkwardly wrapped his arms around me. Books? What books are you reading? I was curious. He smiled shyly, dating a rough boy and sweet sugar n/explosion. They're all domineering seal lines. He was really patient. It's a bit cheesy. Just be yourself from now on, don't study anymore. I tiptoed to block his lips. If there's anything you don't know, I'll teach you. He held my head, deepening the kiss. In that small attic. Besides me, it was him. Just like 8 years ago in that tiny chat box, there was only me and him. This time, it was us. End.